Hi, chat. Or what's the... Nope, too loud. Hello. This is funny prelude. As you played that sound, I was actually heading over to the bed to sleep. Just in case I got phantoms while I was setting everything up. Okay. I don't know if that will pick up, but Lucy is snoring at the moment. So, I don't know if that'll pick up or not, but... Hi, Acquire! Okay. I've got to decide what part of this I want to work on. Okay, well, we do have a couple stacks there. Wait, I thought I... Did I place it all, actually? You can tell I was totally paying attention to what I was doing yesterday. I guess I did place it all. Alright. So, mini update. Because I guess I haven't shown this off in a while. I've been slowly working on this building. I don't even remember if this window was here last time. Been messing around with the window. I'm not completely sure I'm happy with it, but I was struggling because the walls felt very flat. But I went and switched windows to this now, and I think it looks better. It's still missing some of the elements. It's still missing a little bit. But I was trying to find a way to make the windows feel less like displaced and also make it feel like less flat because it was feeling very flat and fairly modern compared to what I was trying to do. And it still works from the inside. I actually feel like it works better from the inside, honestly. You know, break up the teal a little bit and such. So I've worked on that, added that there, fixed these. I think this is good. It is starting to look good from here. I'm not 100% sure about the windows. True, I could easily add a second wall on the inside if I don't like the windows. It's not as much that I don't like them. I think the issue I'm having with this house is I didn't have a outside structure really in mind. It's just a box. And that was leaving some room to be desired as far as details concerned. Because if we compare it, okay, this doesn't count. Compare it to most of the stuff here. There's layers to the architecture, right? Some of them are just boxes, but there's layers, and I didn't really go into this with a plan for the layers. And I made at this scale because this works because at this scale we can do what is that, 4 layers for a wall, and it doesn't look too crazy on the inside. It is one of the reasons it's so big on the outside because realistically it took up a lot of space to do those windows. Ah, nobody caught it. But at this scale, even the window I have upstairs where it's okay, it's only 2 deep now. It was 3 deep at one point. Even this feels a little bit weird on the inside. So, I just have to figure out if these are too big on the outside. I like them enough on the inside. I'm still, you know, working on some of the detailing, whether or not I like it. I did just do this yesterday. I was just thinking the opposite, that the window looks really good. Perfect spot to put things on the side that, like bookshelves or something. Yeah. I definitely have plans actually for this one, and I think I'll be able to make this work. The way it was originally when I first put it together, it didn't work. It was too much. But the main thing is, I at least got it to a point where I feel like I can work with it. There's that at least. I do think overall, I will remember not to do this again. Do a boxy house again. I might even. I was debating taking the wall out one in some spot or something. And I think I know what we will actually do that here. The top is gonna go out a little bit. But I may put a structure of some sort here. I think I need some smaller. Or maybe I just take that another window. It needs a little bit of something, and I do think here as well I might honestly put a layer of something at least to break up the teal. I think I will get it to a point where I'm happy with it. The main thing is that it's two halves of the same problem, right? On one hand, I'm like, yeah, okay, it's flat, but most houses that I like, a lot of houses IRL are like that. It's just like the front is the pretty part, and then the rest of it is just sheer walls and windows wherever the heck the windows needed to go. Like, I look at the back of our house and I'm like, okay, why? Who thought that was a good idea? I was like, oh yes, let's put a big window here, random windows there. It all works perfectly fine. So like that's normal for houses. At least this the style of house that I see a lot around my area, where it's just the front wall is perfect. Not perfect, but is the facing, and then the rest of it is just me. At the same time, like I think part of it is because I upgraded it from a two-story to a three-story for the height for the library. If it had stayed at 2 stories, it wouldn't have been as bad. If that makes sense. The other part of it is it's not realistic to do this style of window in every place. I do think I might want to do some more window boxes though. Yeah, it's just a hard part because I'm like, at one point, like, yes, you need to, do more shapes and break some of it up a bit. On the other hand, it's like, yeah, but houses don't do that IRL. Like, it's okay. Houses are allowed to be boxes sometimes. It's not like I'm on a server that's crazy about stuff like that anyway. I probably should just remove the moss first. Is the music good, or do I need to turn it down a little? I do need to use the moss, not the moss machine, the sounds alright, not too loud. Okay. I might turn it a little bit down later. But some of the songs are really quiet, and then some of them are very loud, and it's just like I wish I actually no. I guess the question is, I wish / wonder if there is a way for me to just tell it to figure that out. Be like, hey, keep the volume close to the same place for this specific instance at this specific point in time. So that would be nice. Okay, first things first. Let's do it this way. It's like I did kind of create 3D-ness of the shapes by adding things like the greenhouse and stuff. So I'm like at this. Hi, Serge. Okay, let's just measure this out for a second because I don't know. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. That will work. Okay. Now, do I want to? Yeah, do so. So just do that though. Instead of 4. We do have this side to consider. That's okay though. I think that'll work. 4. What did I do? 3. Do 3 to start. Yeah, I'm gonna want to do 4, I think, at least, because I want to make sure that before I start curving it in, it feels okay. Feels like the height's not like squished. We're gonna go ahead and check this. Okay. So cool. It's not connected. Or rather, I should say it's not exposed, so I can just do that. Okay. Getting this look the way I want is going to be interesting, but that's the whole point of this. So for the corner, I don't know exactly how to handle this. I'm gonna need more stairs though. Half a stack for now. You get some slabs as well. I could just put a block. Well, actually, I should put a slab in the corner, I think. Okay, so that's gonna be like that. Not too sharp of an incline. Do. No, I think slabs. I do want this to go up one though. Gonna be a little bit of back and forth because I don't know exactly how to get it to do what I want. Without you. I see. That's probably too quiet for you to hear. Hold on. Let me turn it up. It doesn't actually have the words to it. It's a orchestral version. That's the only problem with this approach. Those are not going to meet at the corners. They're almost. Without you. Do I even want this to go one higher? Do I want the glass to just stop there? Well, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting there. Okay. But I think I did just see what I want to do. This. Not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure how I want to handle this from below, but we'll do it like this, at least for now. Can always fix that in a second. In my throat. There we go, back to normal volume. Ish. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad from down here. Okay. Oh, I have plenty of glass. Cool. Okay, the wall. Do I want to do that? Because this wall is going to be... There's going to be a wall here, obviously. I'll start with that and see how it goes. Do I like how this looks from down here? Could do like this. Mm, mm. Here we go. But definitely already helped. Okay, so it does look a little boxy from certain angles. But I think once the roof goes in, it'll probably look better. Okay, nope. Not in the mood for this, actually. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Now, I do see a slight problem. I'm gonna have to make this taller. Or, well, it depends on what type of roof I decide to do. Actually, I'll just do it that way. I think it'll be fine. Okay. So now it's time to switch out the inventory. Honestly, I'm just gonna put all of that in there. Okay, that should work. Now, do I want to pull the roof out an extra block? That's a great question. I don't think I need to. Okay. Now, I do still have a bit more warped wood I'm gonna have to gather, so we might do that a little bit later. Thank you for the lurk. Because I didn't realize I used all of it last night that I gathered last night. It won't take long though. Pulling the roof out by when you mean having the wall, then a block, and then the stairs. An air gap, but yeah. I thought about making the roof a little bigger. Basically extending it and giving some room for a little bit more architecture, but the problem is I don't know what kind of architecture I would do. And I'm not honestly like it's a drop, like it's a trade-off there, right? Because then you can have a little bit more room to do like support bits for the roof, but on the other hand, it's like if the hat's too big for the head, it doesn't really work. You know, it only works if it's a certain type of hat. Um and with the style I'm going for, I think this will work just fine. Okay. I could make a hat joke, but I'm not going to. Moss temp blocks, yeah. Anything that's moss right now, other than the moss that's like underneath the flowers, is all temporary stuff. It was my wire framing that I'm removing as I'm building. Granted, I think that's gonna get pushed back up again, but that's okay. I think what I'm gonna do, probably 3 layers. How many different ways can you place a stair in the wrong way, but in the same place? The answer is like 5. As anyone was wondering. I wireframe with moss because it's a lot easier to work with than most other blocks, but it's also really easy to break. Because like you could argue, oh, why aren't you using scaffolding? Because one wrong click and I lose my wireframe. That's fine. But moss is really fast to break without any tools, and if you have an efficiency 5 hoe, it's really fast. So. I'm not saying that I wouldn't build a building out of moss. In fact, I would. However, not in this case. Heck, I built a building out of watermelon and pumpkin. Well, not actually, that wasn't the same building. But I've used both of them as walls before, so yeah, no. I'm not opposed to doing crazy things. Alright, I think I left those both open for a reason. Okay. See, right now, that looks a little bit weird, but I think it's just because of the gap. Well, I'll put windows in and it'll probably look fine. Hi, Dragon! Windows, and I think I'm gonna do... I still think I want to try the ring of something. I'm like, do I use the wall blocks? Hi, Loopy! Not wall blocks. What am I calling it? Why did I call them wall blocks? I call it shelves. Shells is what I meant. Just like, do I use shells? Even warp shells on that point might actually work out the best. Test it out. Okay. Dump this all in here. I have 32 of them. I can try a few of the other ones. Excuse me, just to see. Okay. Okay, grab that. We'll grab the stuff to put windows in as well. Doing okay. Don't know if that's a dark corner or not, but I'm not taking any risks. So if I put them here. And let's do 2 of these just to see. Hi, Ren! Yes, Mousy was very generous the other day, and it is very appreciated, as always. I honestly might just go straight with straight shelves, to be honest. Okay. Ow. It makes it easier to land, though. That's nice. Okay. Windows. Do I want them to be lined up or not? Lucy, are you good? Must be having an interesting dream, I think. Okay, why did my music decide to stop working? There we go. Because while it's crafty in chat, I don't know how many more seconds it's got. Not too many, though. I honestly probably should have lined the windows up all the way to begin with. Including Demon Hunters. Oh, yeah. I love the Demon Hunters soundtrack. Hmm. I could just move the other windows out one. So that they all lined up. You hear the Demon Hunter soundtrack every week at work because people love it. You use it as a bribe. Nice. Yeah, I love it. I listen to it every day on purpose. It's gonna end up on my 2020. It already ended up on my 2025 list. It's gonna end up on my 2026 one as well. Just saying. Oh, that's cool, Loopy. Nice. Yeah, children are simple creatures sometimes. I say sometimes because sometimes they are not simple creatures. Hi. You even typed it wrong the first time. Yep, and I still managed to get jump scared. I'm a professional? What kind of professional? Nobody knows. I love the happy gas sounds, but I will admit that that one is starting to get on my nerves. I might have to move it. I have it up here because it's going to be very convenient to have when I need it, but like... Gah! I should hear both of them, I think. The other one's just quieter. Maybe I should just turn down my friendly mob sounds. Okay. I think that works. You know what? I think that works. I'm sure it will, Loopy. I'm sure you got this. Hold on, I am gonna do something real quick. Let's turn this up for y'all, because I think I've got the balance between what I can hear and what you guys can hear not great. Turn the music up a little bit. Let me know if it's... I might need to turn it back. Turn it down a little bit. Oh, I think that was too much. Boosted it a little too much. It's fine. There you go. Looks like a surprise Ghast with goggles on his forehead. Mm-hmm. Oh, the house? Yeah, I could see that. Okay. Well, I don't think I'm going to go with the high contrast stripe. The other option that I did not put into play that I should consider. Yeah, you can. You can find a face anywhere, this is true. But also, you know, windows are really easy to turn into eyes, so. I honestly think I'm gonna end up with going with this option, but we'll see. We'll see. I just have the feeling that's gonna work the best. Okay. Now for the pillar corners. I mean, I'm gonna go sandstone, and then there's just a question of do I put a pattern into it or not. I might not do the alternating on that though. Dun, dun, dun. There's always a face in the mirror you're looking at. True. Actually, would it be crazy to go birch for the corners? Or even oak? I honestly feel like oak might be the better way to go. Guess what? Trim with the shelves and trapdoors is very nice. I think it's what I'm gonna do. I just don't know which color I'm gonna go with. It's always the question, right? Yes, I know I'm low on rockets. I'll get more in a second. Ah! Oh, I am not playing on ArcUSMP today. Hold on. Let me fix that. Frog server. Just command live. 1 second. I knew I was forgetting something. Oh, that's... There you go. That should be fixed now. Are you actually playing RQ? No, I fixed it. I turned that one off and turned Cookie on. I just forgot, honestly. I was in a little bit of a hurry to start because I obviously ran late because, you know, I got home and did stuff and mom was like, yes, so you're basically on your own for dinner. And I was like, so I should just eat? And she's like, yeah. And then I procrastinated on making food and procrastinated on making food. And then it was like, oh, it's 6:15 and I'm in the middle of eating my food. So. Why is it every time I'm late to stream, okay, almost every time I'm late to stream, it's food related. I swear it's not on purpose. But it happens a lot more than you might think. That's why I said I was fixing it. Alright, turn that one off. Okay, I know it says these are lit, however. Don't know how the lighting's going to change on the inside, so I'm going to go ahead and overlight it. Rather have too much light and take away some later than have not enough. Yeah, there's a good reason to be late. It happens more than it really should, but you know, it's okay. Oh, I should say this now while everyone's here. We are not streaming tomorrow. In case I think I kind of said we probably wouldn't, and Dragon said we aren't. Or yesterday, maybe. I don't remember if he said that yesterday or not. We're not. We both have things going on, so. I mean, obviously it's Valentine's Day. But we have confirmed it now. Yeah, I like. Hmm. Probably should let that sit, honestly. Because on one hand, I like it. On the other, I'm a little concerned that it's me adding things that aren't necessary. I honestly don't know which color of pillar I like better. Probably the oak, honestly, just because it gives a little bit more weight to it. Yeah, now that I have that sorted, let me... well, I want the entrance in the center. Probably gonna have entrance here. Oak pillar is your vote. Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. How do I want to fix that? Scaffolding. Scaffolding that fixes everything. Okay. do it this way. There we go. Everything will be facing the right direction. Yay. There we go. The outside's done. Well, the outside of this bit is done anyway. Though I did miss. Do still need to do a couple layers here just to finish this up. Just to make sure that the pictures line up. We don't have anything weird. Speaking of which. Really hard to tell from that other angle. Things are placed correctly. There we go. One of the problems with building with this stuff is you have to make sure the directions are correct, otherwise it will look weird. Now, I use that to my advantage in some situations, but... There's a wild bronzor if anyone wants to catch it. There we go. Definitely going to give it a little bit more of a try out here with the oak pillar. Now, do I want to do a square tower or a round tower? Because I could do a round one. A rounder one. I think I want to try rounder. Okay. That means I need to move this in one. Just fine. I'll get a I'll get a slab for that later. Da -da. What am I gonna do? Let's do that. Oh, I don't have any other temp blocks. Okay. Well, let's take down this first. I can use it. Don't need this in here anymore anyway. Honestly, the ceiling's a little tall in this. I probably could have made this shorter. That's fine. Leaves room for some fun ceilings. Oh. It's nice that like it's gonna start like being the actual like lighting levels and stuff that in here that it's gonna actually be. Because this entire time I've been building with different levels of sunlight impacting stuff. Yeah, granted, I'm torching it a little bit more than I actually need to for now. But that's just how it goes. I don't think I have enough wood to actually finish this, but I can at least get a start on it. 2, 3. 3 tall to start with. We can get just so I can get a feel. 3. also need to figure out what I'm going to do with the skeleton horses. They kind of just, you know, showed up on my lawn one day when I was building, and I was like, well, I guess I'm keeping them. Yeah, I think that's going to work out. Gonna need to make it a little taller, though. Obviously, but let me the birch away for one. I feel like it might do it that direction. But yeah, we do not have enough warped wood to keep doing that part. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, how much oak wood did I have here? Not bad. I have more down at the storage room. I have plenty more where that came from. Let's put that away for a second. Let's go around and do all the pillars in oak and see if that works out. Then we'll probably work on this. I want to leave that one as birch for now. Just in case I change my mind. Ah. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll look good with the... It contrasts it just enough with the sandstone. And it doesn't look crazy next to the warped wood. Like, it doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't look crazy next to it. I might want to put a little bit more work into the pillars in the sense of the bottom maybe should have some stuff on it. Wow. Switch to these. Yeah. Okay, I should definitely make sure to just place that there because I don't know what that's currently lighting up right now. Thank you for the lurk. Okay. I do remember the other day I think I was in the middle of working on this when Mom called me for dinner. And then when I came back I did not go back to working on it. So just do this. Right, I ended up with a different, that's not supposed to be in there. That's supposed to be in here. My organization's great. I swear. I know what I'm doing. I'm professional. Something. Yeah, I was in the middle of working on the greenhouse. Now, I will say, I'm not 100% on it being in sandstone, but I think that's what we're going to start with, and then if I look at it later and change my mind, I can always undo it. Not entirely sure why that's... You know what? It's fine. That's fine. Those days. Too late. Excited to mess around with some of this. I think it's gonna be really cool. Okay, I think this takes priority over that as far as this is concerned. I have like an idea for a walkway from the upper floor on top of this. I think it's gonna look cool. I mean, to be fair, it would be weird if I didn't have ideas for this. I'm gonna do that at this level. Actually, hold on. Let's figure out where the glass is going first. I could do this. Or something like this. Well, let's leave this open so I can get in and out of here easy. That one looks better from down here. I think I'll go with that one for now. Oh. Do that and grab this. Okay. If I just do it like that, it should be good. Could also do a different color of glass because I do have like white glass everywhere on this in this build, and then I'm not using that much white glass anywhere else. Then again, don't really want to go do the gradients I have been doing everywhere. Zoe. That level of volume is very unnecessary. Do you know that? Especially when there's nothing out there. I got all that. Goodness, baby. What you making all that noise for, huh? Oh yes, hello. You want some pets, baby? Hi. Hello. Did you wake up from a nap and decide it was bark-in time? Is that what happened? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're a good girl. Thank you for the relurk, Wolf. Hopefully you're having a good day. Ah. Alright, admittedly, a little bit of a flat end for a greenhouse, but it's fine. Do I want this to have... Yeah, I think I do want this to have an exit to the outside. Put it in the center here. We'll do something like that. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I still need to work out that situation. I'll probably just put a stairs there, maybe. Yeah. Let's look at it from over here. Realizing that some of that I've done already won't be visible from here, but gotta take a step back, you know? That's funny, just how... I mean... Not really in render here. Maybe on this. Yeah. I don't know how I managed to land that. If I'd been trying to do that, I would not have done that. I mean, just at this level, it is still looking good. Now. Look from down here. Yep, that is still working. Oh no, the muscled escaped. Okay. So still looking... Ah! Good from a distance. The windows are doing very good from the distance. So, that's good. I've been struggling staring at the walls for quite a few days now. Taking breaks. It's actually how I ended up working on the dungeon to begin with, originally on our QSMP, is because I was like, I can't stare at these walls any longer, I'm gonna do something else. Yeah, I think that is looking good. Definitely looking better than it was originally, which is good. Greenhouse is good. The greenhouse will look even better once I get all the plants and stuff in it. I do need to work on the entrance a bit. It's not quite... excuse me. Pretty tired, relatively speaking, but let's see. Making sure I didn't get any important notifications. Okay. I forgot I wasn't in free cam. That's funny. No. It's funny how big it looks from like the side on certain angles because it's actually like not even like half of the ground. Well, it is half the grounds is the house, but like once everything else is also in, it's gonna look even bigger. Okay, I've put this stuff away for a second. Actually, I need... Well, I can always put the roof on even if I don't have the other bit done. And I need... that. I think I want to go with birch walls, which means I'm going to need more stripped birch. And I will go ahead and fix the oak on the other side. Honestly, my only complaint about shelves is the fact that I have to strip the logs myself before I craft it. I'm just like, but like the cost is also a little bit crazy. But like, can I just not have to do that manually, please? So annoying. Like, yeah, okay, fine. Cost an arm and a leg, but can we please get rid of the like manual step I have to take? Creating a material that no one has a lot of lying around. Even when I do have it lying around, it's not going to always be in the color I need it to be in. Heck, come in. It's a rather unfortunate piece there, but that's fine. Pick these up. Those are expanding. Go. Ooh, these shelves actually might be fun for parkour as well. That would be cool. Could definitely do something fun with those. This side won't need as many because won't need any actually because of that. There's a roof here. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think I do like that. I think I like it a lot. Nice. Okay. Now I did want a window on this. That will at least give a little bit more material back. The hardest one to get here is the worked wood, so. It's probably gonna go here. Um, this, because even though I don't have the materials yet, I can quite easily just build the roof over it anyway. And put the warped wood in later. Ah! And I also want to go ahead and put these in. Now, I did originally design this with this tower bit in place, but I am wondering if I actually want to keep it. We'll see. Can I? There we go. That way. Nothing spawns in weird places. Not sure if I want to keep it yet or not, but I'm gonna at least place it and see what I think. Okay. Probably only a 2 tall roof on this one. 2 stairs. 2 stairs and a slab. I feel like that's probably the right height for this. Yeah, that works perfect. Okay. Oh dear, it's a thunderstorm. It's always a thunderstorm when I don't need it to be. While we're over here, might as well slip away the thunderstorm that's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, let me see how that looks from like down here. Yeah, see, I think I do like it though. There's just a little detail that break up the big roof. I feel like I could do without it. Like it wouldn't be. Hmm. I don't know. You know, think about it. And sometimes the hard part about winging builds like this is you end up with pieces that you're like, I think I like this, but I haven't let it sit for very long. This goes in here. That goes in there. Okay. Alright, we're gonna sit for a minute at the warp tree farm so we can get the little bit we need for that. to finish. Oh, that was smooth. It was unintentionally smooth. Let's go. I need to make an up and down fader for this, but this works for now. Okay. Oops. Now, I do think it was offset slightly. I think I didn't turn it off right at the explosion last time. I'm not sure how many it'll be before the first TNT is released. I know this is not the most exciting thing to do, but I need materials. If I thought about it, I would have probably done this beforehand, but whoops. Did I pick up? Okay, must not have been one. I just clicked too fast. Yep. Okay. Actually, I need that where I can see it. Okay. There is a wild frost moth appeared. There is a wild frost moth in chat. If anyone wants to catch it. I do wonder if the twisted vine is accidentally triggering it as well. But I don't think it's like done anything silly yet, so I think we're good. I'm just glad this thing works. It's a lot easier than manually harvesting this stuff. I don't know where we are at on bone meal though, so I need to check that here in a minute. Actually, I also don't know where we're at on the TNT. I might need to replace or put more in soon. Probably should just go spend some time in the desert though, because I think I'm getting low on sand. Though, then again, I think I might have a shulker's worth lying around somewhere. Because I was gathering a lot for the project over at the deep dark lava lake turned moss lake. Well, it's not even a lake, it's a big thing of moss. But I don't think I'm using sandstone for that project anymore. Actually probably gonna end up using quartz. So it sounded like the TNT wasn't going off. Okay. Gotta break a few of these blocks because I I can't actually fully block off this section otherwise. I can't actually get to that chest. It's like, it's one or the other. Kind of funny that way. Okay. But how are we on? Oh, okay. Perfect. Let's check the TNT as well. Oh, we've got plenty of TNT as well. Let's go. Couple more stacks should be good for now. I should be able to just... There we go. Oops. Do that. Now we're getting to the point, I think, where it's all internal walls. Which is kind of crazy that we're already at that point. Yeah. Wow. Ah, thank goodness. Finally to just inner walls. Granted, there's a lot of inner walls left to do. It's okay though. I'm not entirely sure where the walls on the third floor are gonna go, so we can't really do that right now. I don't really know what's gonna happen in here. I haven't decided yet. Other than obviously we're gonna have a way to get up there. There's also space. There's like space for some multi-level nonsense in here. Which will be fun. Now, do I need to put windows? Probably. This... I want to put windows where at least on that side, I want to put windows where I think I want them at some other points. I'm not going to do it right now. Because I don't... This one I might work on a little bit. Because I don't know exactly where the rooms are going on this level, so I obviously can't just put windows in willy-nilly. With this room, I feel like it does kind of just lend itself better to one focal point. If you hear random squeaking and stuff, it's dog toy. I don't know how much of that's going to get picked up, though. Okay. I also don't know what I'm going to do with this space. If I don't put windows on that side, I'm going to have to figure out some other way to make the architecture interesting, though. I don't know. Excuse me. I'm yawning a lot today. I don't know what to do with the different sections yet. Okay, let's start working on tower bit then. Do you think... I want to raise this up. Are you adding an obulate? What? Also, I'm sorry if that took me too long to read it. I am tired. I apologize. Mhm. Obelisk? Obulet? I don't know what that means. Cell hidden within a wall. I could. I don't know. Oblet. Okay. I have never seen that word before. I'll do one more, I think, because I wanna. Dark hole where prisoners are thrown into rot. Ah! No, I don't think there's gonna be one of those in the mansion. We could always add one into the castle. There are plenty of corners where we could add a hole. Well, or like put a door to one. But it means forgotten-ish. That makes sense. I'm going to guess it's um of French origin. Makes sense. Sometimes prisoners were holed up within a wall too. True. And while I plan on having some secrets in this mansion, I don't think it's gonna be prisoner related secrets, smuggling related possibly for reasons. But it's me doing an ocean town and then doing a smuggler's hideout again. Is anyone really surprised at this point? No one is. I guessed that it was a French word. It makes sense. French is one of English's favorite languages to steal words from. Ah! I fell. Here on our own. Yeah, now. Yeah, I think it's. So let's do. I don't. Trying to decide if I want. Yeah, I don't, because it's not going to continue all the way up anyway. Don't want there to be any connecty bits. So you ask Google how to spell obulet, and it goes ugliest. Goodness, Google. I don't think. Go get the stone. Hold on. Where is it? Did I not? I know I did. There we go. That's not that much. Oh yeah. Supposed to put it all back. Okay. That should do it. Do, 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 do. That should work. I don't know what I'm going to do with this wall yet, so I want to kind of just make it solid sandstone for now. And just figure it out as I go. Classic me strategy. Improv. Woo. What I might do. Valid strategy. Thank you. Things can always be changed. Exactly. Sometimes you won't know whether you like it a certain way or not unless you try it. In this case, I don't know. How I'm gonna want this wall to look until I figure it out. And sometimes the easiest way for me to figure it out is try it, hate it, and fix it. Figure out what I don't like about it and fix it. So that is the plan. I may end up needing to go get more sandstone. I should do. Is do this. And then I think I need fences of some sort. Or do I just want to do... Okay, that's too much energy for me. There you go. Just want to do this. I think I like that. At least for a base. Now I have to duplicate it on the other side. Yay! I'm going to go empty some stuff out first because I now know what I do and don't need. And what I don't need is these. Okay, and then... Okay. Hi, Castle Grayskull. Welcome in. You know what? Sometimes I can parkour. Sometimes I cannot. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm just gonna put that there. What level? So at this level is when I think these should go. Is that right? Yes. Okay. This again. I just left the stone in my inventory, but I was like, nah, surely not. I don't need more. Ugh. It's fine. It's my own fault for building right on top of the mountain. I built, you know, I could have just, not done that. Let me just make another stack of the chiseled, because I'm gonna need it. I need to check something over here. I don't know if I did this correctly or not. Did I? Did not. Okay. We can fix that now. That should be the same height. And then this cut smooth sandstone rather, like that. Right, and then oops. That way. And then I need to get up there so we can do the next bit. I'm gonna use scaffolding because I have a feeling I'm gonna fall again. Knowing me, I will fall. Oh. Gonna say, I know it's playing a song. Like, why is this so quiet? I had to boost it so much. I boosted it a little extra than normal, but that's okay. No, I do think I'm going to end up hanging a lantern in here. gonna done this much because I feel like I'm shouting. I'm not, but. I think the reason dog is barking at the moment is because one of them has the toy and the other is not giving it to the other one. They're just sitting there with it. They do that a lot. Or Lucy will let Zoe get the toy and then be mad at her for not continuing to play, and Zoe will just sit there and be like, "What you gonna do about it?" Hmm? It's kind of silly. I'm just gonna sit here on the couch with the toy that you want me to play with you with, and look at you. Lucy will have to figure it out. No, I don't want this to too crazy, but I also like the idea of it being a bit of an archway. Like, I don't want it to block the view of the house, but I also kind of want an archway here, you know? Let's just maybe up 2 more. I need to work on the bottom a little bit because I don't want it to all be. So we do that and this. Okay. Oh, let me grab more of the smoother stuff. Almost did it. Okay, that was rude. I totally should have made that. Go up one before I go over. Do I want to? I think not. I think I just want to. I'm not sure if I want to do it this way yet. Yeah, because that's too much, too triangle. It'd be like, Clara, it's a block game. But yes, but too triangle. Too much triangle. Da, 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 da. Ah. That looks better. Okay, if I do like maybe 3. I don't want it to all be the smooth stuff. I think that would work, I think. No, I did that right. Okay. Perfect. I still need to add the actual stairs, but I still don't know what I want to do for the path yet. I think I do need glue lichen for the top of that though. Ocean. Ocean. I feel like I might need to put something from here to here. Almost feels like it's too tall or something. But I think the thing is, if it stopped here, it would be fine. The problem is it goes all the way down to here. Let me see. Do a slight tour of the base on a semi-accident. Trying to look at this from different angles. Which is not going to work from like down by because we're now too far. It's fine. This is the path you would come up along. So this path I kind of know what I'm doing, but I don't know if I'm going to keep the stairs at that same or not. I don't know if like that's going to turn into sandstone pathing there. I don't think so because I want the pathing around the edge versus inside stuff to be different. Also, I need to destroy that. Pretend that's not there. I do still need to make this feel a little bit more like it's part of the base, but all in good time, all in good time. I haven't decided yet what I'm doing with the rest of this hill mountain. It's like I put something there. I haven't figured out what's going here yet. I have all of this rest of this mountain to do with stuff with. I have added back in some of the forest. I think like a good section of this and some of like all of this was me just planting a bunch of saplings the other day. Is to put some of the forest back in. So I don't know. We'll see. But I have a lot of space for more buildings. Though I don't want too many big buildings up close to the mansion. But we'll see. Definitely need to figure out if I'm going to fully put in the storage room I was thinking about putting in, then I need to figure out if and where. Certainly. Well, there's still scaffolding there. Whoops. Someone clearly was busy and didn't pay attention to what they were doing. Didn't take the scaffolding back down. I might put it under here. I haven't decided yet though. I had a thought. It could be interesting to put the statue in the middle of a like pond with some bridges and lily pads. That could be cool. And then put the secret entrance to it. Alright, I'm just gonna destroy this while this is bothering me. It's clearly not working. But yeah, that could work. I need to decide if I'm gonna actually build the storage room. Like, I've been going back and forth on whether I need a new storage room or not. It's just like, on one hand, I'm like, no, I don't need one. And on the other hand, I'm like, but I hate manually sorting everything right now. No, I should definitely pick some of this up properly. Oh, I was like, why is there a band there of bricks? It's because I was AFKing it to see if it was gonna work. And I put anti-phantom defenses in. Because of course. As one must when one is not sleeping. So I'm not entirely sure what to work on next, so I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup over here. There's a couple things that do not need to be here anymore. Mainly this one. Oh, there is another one that I've also noticed recently that I'm like, I could clean it up. That mess right there I don't need anymore. Though it would have made more sense to cleaned up my inventory before doing this, but it's fine. That's why I love bundles. It makes life easier in your building because you don't have to deal with random stuff being in your inventory. You can just put it all in one place. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Clean this up a little. Probably end up turning it back into Podzol later, but it's fine. It was Podzol because this is where I was growing my spruce trees, but I'm gonna put these in here. That can go in there. Okay. And so I can just toss this in there because I don't need cactus. Those are there because I'm trying to get cactus blossoms. I need a cactus. I go over here. What do I have? Technically, I do. Pull that out. Dun. Go ahead and take that glass up to the build anyway. Because, you know, it'll be useful. Of course the music's decided to stop again. Probably gonna need to get more glass in the future. I'm gonna have to spend some time trading with the villagers. Yeah, this is looking good, I think. I still don't know if I made that too tall or not, but we'll see. Just a normal rainstorm. Oh, I should probably also put these away. Let's go ahead and move all the mangrove stuff into that chest, because that way I actually have like a clear sorting of things. Okay. There was something I was thinking about doing. Oh, maybe some copper lanterns in the towers. Sure, where though? Because I can't put them on there either. It makes sense to do this. Maybe? Sorry. Wait, why is there lanterns here but not here? Why did I decide to do that? Let's see, what did I do over here? Okay, put them on both sides. Both sides of both of those. Okay, I must have just missed this section when I did that. Probably ran out of lanterns. Something. Make sure. But on this ended, I'm assuming I did that because on the outside. Okay, let me make sure these are the same. Okay. I did not do these the same way. Clearly. Okay. What I thought. Should be here. give me the... Not this one here. There we go. That's how that should be. And if you, Scott, know you'll be okay. Deck with roof. Second story. Round tower. One window. Well, I've adjusted slightly, but it's achieved. Close enough. The ocean that's been found when wise calls you home. Should definitely put some plants here, but I think this garden will be different enough that I will just I won't be putting in the okay, that reach was a little ridiculous. I won't be putting in necessarily the same flower beds I was gonna do the rest of the place, right? Greenhouse? Yes. Checking all the signs. Food garden. I'll leave that there because that's not done yet. I'm loving how this is turning out. That's looking good. And the inside is gonna be a lot of fun. I've only really done the front entry, and I'm already having a lot of fun with just figuring out how to decorate it. So that's good. I was kind of hoping I could sleep away the rain so I could get a good screenshot. I can always do that after stream. This spot is gonna be really cool once we get it done. Not sure how long it's gonna take me to get to that though. Ba 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 ba. That in there. Go in here. Can go in there. Oh, these should be not in there. This should be here. Is it going to be a Pokemon Stadium? No. No, it's not. Though now that you say that, I can see the resemblance. That was accidental. No, there's going to be a statue here. And there's going to be garden beds with paths on either side. There's going to be like multiple layers of garden paths. It does. It arguably does look like a stadium of some sort with sports stadium of some sort. A little lopsided, but you know. That was actually intentional because that way the statue's a little further from where you're coming in. So you have you're not like on top of it. You have a little bit of time, like a good distance from it first. Yeah, because you're going to be here, and then it's going to be there instead of entering the garden and being here. Yes, this is Christmas music. The one piece of Christmas music is to stay. But I switched it for you. Because I also didn't want to listen to it right now. I just wasn't paying attention. Sundays I want to listen to that one, and Sundays I don't. Yeah, that's gonna get annoying. I'm gonna have to move these guys. The thing is, I don't have a stable. I'm gonna have to add a stable to the base. Right? I don't have a stable. I mean, I have I have the place where the llamas are, which you can't currently see them because they're out of entity render distance. I have the place where my horse is. Um, there's cows. There's sheep who are also currently out of entity render distance. There's sniffers. But there's not like an actual place for horses. So I'm gonna have to... maybe I'll build that here. Next to the camels. Who are also out of entity render. How far away am I? Those shouldn't be out of entity rendering distance. Hello? There they go. They pop into view about right there. Which is only like 3 chunks away. It's interesting. I think they've adjusted. I think they shortened the distance entities render for free cam. Not that it's really a problem. I don't mind. Yeah. We had I finished putting in the 3rd floor and the 4th floor tower. And the greenhouse. I think that's pretty good for today. But I don't know if you've noticed, I've been yawning a lot today. I am tired. Um, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put us over here. However, I am gonna take a second because I want to add something to this scene. Is it an app capture? Probably. Add existing. This one? No, that's an audio capture. Ba, 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 ba. Window capture, probably. Oh, you're very welcome. Actually, that corner was probably the best spot for that. And just make it a smidgen smaller. Can't always guarantee that will actually work because it breaks if I unminimize window, as you can see, because that is not correct. If I do that, will it fix? No. Alright, I don't know why it's broken. That's not the song that's currently playing. Thank you, Prelude. Thank you all for hanging out and everything. I'm just gonna turn it off since it's wrong. Let me check and see who, if anyone, there is to raid. For those who play Overwatch, there are currently Overwatch drops. I think there's a couple other games that have drops going on right now. Should check and see. But also, we are not streaming tomorrow, just as a reminder. Probably should post in Discord, Dragon. Don't know why I didn't think of that yesterday. We're not streaming tomorrow at our normal time because we are both busy. So, hmm. I don't think I see anybody to raid into today. So that is going to be it from me. I should be back on Wednesday, assuming I don't decide to not stream on Wednesday. Honestly, we might be back on our QSMP on Wednesday. Already ahead of you? Did you already? I must have just not noticed. So we'll see. I'm enjoying working on the mansion. I'm enjoying working on the dungeon. But I also have other games to play, so we will see how I feel on Wednesday. But I will see y'all then, probably, hopefully, maybe keep an eye on Discord. I usually post. Honestly, when I cancel stream, it usually is right at the time of stream. So I'm usually like debating right up to the end. But I will post there if this music is way too hype right now. Okay. I will post there if I change, if I change my mind about streaming. How it goes. And